Nope, nope, not tonight. Not at all for tonight. How you doing there, Scott? Just checking my stuff out here. I'm trying to see if I can stream on a bunch of stuff simultaneously. See what kind of failure I'm in for. Okay, it doesn't seem to be going too bad there. Hopefully my volume is okay. Oh, hey, Shaking Man. Yeah, it was awesome. I hit the funding goal pretty quick in the first 4 days, so now I'm slowly heading towards, hopefully, the first stretch goal, and see how far we can get before the campaign ends. But thankfully, because I hit the stretch goal, I can now go into what's known as in demand, so I can kind of keep a store open indefinitely until the project is ready to go to print, which is awesome. So yeah, I'm kind of not going in there because I'm tired of the hate speak on Drawn and Quartered. Yo, Chicken Blood. Yeah, for everybody that's on here too, I'm also streaming onto Twitch right now. So if I'm talking to people that don't appear in the chat, that's because I'm talking cross-platform right now. And it's supposed to be on YouTube as well, but it doesn't appear to be showing up, which is weird. Let's see, but I'm gonna get some stuff rolling here. Yeah, I'm working on the secret perk cover right now, so I'm just laying everything out. No offense, so if I have to choose, you know. Oh yeah, no problem. Yeah, hopefully everything's coming across. Everybody can hear me just fine. I haven't streamed in ages, so I don't know how off my levels are on everything. Oh, cool, man. Well, that's awesome. Well, I'm glad that you like the stuff that I put out. Like, oh, I just can't have my wife mad at me. Understandable, understandable. Right. I agree with her. Well, it's what is the classic saying? Happy wife, happy life. All right. Well, I can't actually tell if this is going out to YouTube or not, which is a bummer. But yeah, for the cover, that's only exclusive to the people that have signed up for the email subscription. It's going to be a virgin cover, so it will be a bunch of the characters. There will be no text on here, and this will be the only full color cover available for the campaign. Everything else for the campaign is going to be in black and white, so this will be the only quote unquote chance to see characters in color, as it were. Hmm. Oh, it's at the private. That's why. Okay, that's weird. I got some feedback going on there. There we go. Okay, that should be everything muted. Yeah, how's everybody doing tonight? Hope everybody's doing well. Like I said, I haven't live streamed in a long time, so I'm like rusty as all get out with it. There we go. I just want to make sure that my chat is, I'm able to put stuff in. Make sure that shows up on all the stuff. So this is just a check. I just want to see if that shows up on everything. So many weird little things. Bunch of little this, little that. Yeah, sorry about the delay, but like I said, just from not streaming for a long time and trying to set up, because I'm trying to stream to 3 different platforms right now. Because I'm dumb. OBS is silly. I'm actually going through OBS and Restream right now, so I added an extra layer of complexity that I probably didn't need, but... You also have YouTube, but what's the third one? Oh, I'm streaming to Facebook right now, too. Onto my personal page on Facebook. And yeah, just to let everybody know that's on here right now. There are 15 days left on the Indiegogo campaign. Alright, I'm gonna see if this works now. Oh, we screw up the links. Oh yeah, no, me too. That's what I'm trying to figure out right now. Okay, so apparently I can send links out to YouTube and to Twitch, but not to Facebook. Facebook is read-only unless I go directly into the chat there. Let's see if this works. How many different platforms? 3. Okay, it's still not letting me do what I want it to. Let's see if that lets me link directly. No, weird. Okay, that's dumb. Well, you won't catch me on Facebook? Okay. Let's see if that works there. Okay, that works fine there. Okay, that's weird. Alright, so it allows it on Twitch, but not on YouTube. That sucks. Alright, well, let's get a little bit of drawing in here at least. Now I'm looking to be streaming a lot more. Since there's like 2 weeks left for the campaign, I want to try and push it as much as I can. Just to get out there and talk with people a little bit more, just because I have not been doing that. I've been unfortunately stuck in the promo mode of just like hitting up, you know, everything on Twitter and all that kind of stuff. And unfortunately, I do not type fast, so it takes me a long time to do all that stuff. I got a couple of, like, I'm using TweetDeck, so that helps me get a bunch of stuff out so I can plan tweets out. But even then, you know, like, I could only get maybe like an hour and a half ahead of the tweets. So I haven't had Facebook in years, and I think, although my perception of time isn't good, you ain't missing anything, man. So hopefully my stuff is working here. Okay. Oof. These are really slow. Okay, I'm gonna have to clean up a couple things here. Just give me an idea. Okay, that's... Okay, that seems to be fine. Okay, it just took a second to catch up. Okay, that's all good. That's him, and that's him. I can smash those guys together. Yeah, running the campaign is a little tedious, to say the least. It's very, very time consuming. But I am very stoked that we hit the goal as fast as we did. Let's see, Cat Master. Where is he? That's him, that's him. Okay, I'm just gonna erase him out here. Hello, Cairo Chicken. Hopefully the feed is coming along good there. Seems to be. Doesn't seem to be too terrible. Just gotta keep an eye on all my stuff here. Frame rate's okay, recording's okay. I don't remember when we first met, but it was before I got into art clicking. I can't remember if it was about video games or what. Yeah, I can't remember either. Everything's a blur these days. Alright, I can shut that down right now. Okay, I don't need that right now. This stays up at the moment. I was going to stream on DLive too, but for some reason DLive just completely destroys my CPU. I was doing some performance checks on it, and just even watching video through DLive completely cranks my GPU and my CPU almost to like 100. But I wonder if that's because it's like some kind of like Bitcoin activated thing, so it's subversively using your processing power. That's just a hunch. I've been on Facebook for a while though. Willie Reed and I have been friends on here a long time. I have no idea. He drew. Oh, that's funny. I don't have extra cash to contribute right now, but I will as soon as I can. Yeah, because Cairo, we hit the funding goal as fast as we did. It'll go into a store, so the store will remain open up until the cutoff date, which is when I complete the book, and then I pull the thing in. So it'll be open and available for probably at least like the next 2-3 months after the initial campaign. If it's a crypto miner, maybe you can stop it with an ad blocker. I do have ad block up on it, but I don't think that it does anything to it. At least not that I noticed, because I was watching Kyung Lee on it last night, and yeah, I was just keeping an eye on how much juice it was using on my computer, and it was like maxing right out, and that was just from watching. So I bet they have some kind of sneaky code in there for mining. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Wrong layer. Good thing I'm only sketching. Alright, there's Trigger right there. Let's get him in. Yeah, the one downside with the whole crowdfunding thing is how much time it takes just to, like, be on the campaign trail. I'm just like, man, I just want to be drawing. But that's the unfortunate thing with this stuff is if it is just you have to do all that stuff too. You got to be out there, waving the flag, waving your arms, being like, look at my shit, it's over here. Oh, damn it, wrong layer again. Every time. Cancel. Good thing it's not that much. Where is my chicken layer? That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Ah, that's why. It's not on its own layer altogether. Well, that stops now. X. I'm waving wildly. Look at my shit. Exactly. Scroll down and find ad blocker use. No, okay. Yeah, I'm using what I'm using, just like the regular ad block, I think. Yeah. Nothing terribly fancy. I really want to contribute, but bills exist for some reason. Oh, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, I'm like I can take the rest of this month off, but then next month I got to go back on the hunt for a job, and I really think that I'm not going to find anything art related for work. Main reason for that is I don't want to burn out while I'm making this project. So I'm just gonna see if I can find just a regular whatever kind of job. That way I'll still have motivation to draw, because I've been finding that with doing the storyboard gigs and stuff like that, I have absolutely no fuel in the tank to draw at the end of the day. You know, it's just like the last thing I want to do is come home and work on the project, and that's not where I need to be. Especially with this, because but yeah, if I just get like a regular gig for the meantime, nothing crazy, I'll just see what's out there. But at least I'll be able to have that month start building up cash flow again. Because the plan is to keep this thing going, and I want to get the book out as soon as possible. And then once I'm done shipping this book, I'm going to be hopping right into another campaign, but not for the comic book. That one's going to be for the coloring book that I'm working on. But that's in the future. I'm not concerned with that at the moment. First things first, and that's this book. Hey, Good Dog, what's shaking, man? Got Good Dog Press over on YouTube there. How you doing, Manny? Now Manny, Good Dog Press, he's got his campaign coming up pretty soon, and that's for the Unbreathable Skunk Girl, and that'll be live on Indiegogo in June, I believe. Yeah, I'm simul streaming on 3 different platforms right now, so I just want to see how my computer handles it, how bad everything is, and what kind of weird little problems and hiccups that I gotta try and figure out. And it's usually around like this time to like 1 in the morning that my internet gets throttled, so I also want to check that out. So all these fun little tests. June, yes. You're working on Skunk Girl right now? Right on. let's see, and if anybody's here that hasn't subbed to the YouTube channel, if you could do me a huge favor, go over there and do that as well. Seeing as how I have to build that up, which is part of the plan for the comic, or not the comic book, the coloring book, and well, I guess the comic book as well for the issue 2 coming up. Hard drive router burst into flames. You gotta push it to the limit sometimes. See what it can take. Plus it's good too, because I'll be able to get a vibe as to where I'm getting more info from, and also find like maybe streaming on Facebook might be a little bit beneficial. I'm not 100% sure. Try Blizzard Entertainment. They're looking for artists. Oh no, that's the last thing that I'm looking to do. Is get back into the art for work thing. But I do have a buddy that works at Blizzard, so. But again, it's just trading time, hours, and energy for something that I don't really want to be doing. Pays the bills, yeah, but there's, I don't know, I'm in a definite state where I don't want to be, I don't know, it sounds weird, but I don't want to be doing art for a living anymore until it shifts over to doing the comic books full time. I'd almost rather go do something mindless, brainless, just like I'm there for hours and do that, collect money and pay the bills that way. Yeah, the storyboard gig that I was on last just really burnt me out. I was just like, I do not want to be doing this for the career, like I've seen it. I see where it goes, I see how it is, and I'm like, this isn't fun, this isn't enjoyable, this just sucks. But again, that's just me, Do it on commission. I also think it'll be good just to go get like a regular, just like, good old-fashioned job. back to my usual making an absolute mess. And then clean it up in post. Been watching a lot of Japanese artists lately, like Yusuke Murata, the artist for One Punch Man. Watching his videos and like, holy crap, that guy's a beast. Actually, I'm gonna merge all these together and then cut them out later. It's just easier that way. Oh, I gotta kill that command. That was the one that I was trying to find. Advertisement. Went to remove. All right, cool. We'll see if YouTube gets angry and copyright strike this, even though it's supposed to be so-called a YouTube safe channel. I'm using Pretzel Music Player right now. I'm gonna drop in here and just do the YouTube. Oh yeah. Yeah, and like I said, this is just a test stream. Just trying to get kind of back up to speed with streaming, especially for the last 2 weeks of the campaign. Now, one of the things that I want to do with the campaign, if we hit the first stretch goal, which is the trading card stretch goal, once we hit that, because there's some things that I want to do that I haven't seen anybody doing for their campaigns yet. And I know that people like giving away prints and posters and stuff like that, which is fine, but I always kind of feel that they're kind of these like throwaway items. It's like, yeah, you have them, you collect them, but then that's it, you know? So one of the things that I want to do is I want to have the trading card part of a contest. So once we hit the stretch goal, everyone that gets a trading card, that'll kind of like be their key into the backer only contest. And I'm still trying to work out on a couple of things, because the original plan was to make it so there was going to be 3 trading cards, and I had it set up in different stretch goals. So if it doesn't happen with this book, then it'll happen in issue number 2, and then if we hit the stretch goal there, and then issue number 3, same thing. And the part is, I want everybody that has the trading cards, the last part is people will actually have to trade one of the cards. And I'm still working it out, but I think I got an idea of how I want to do it. And the incentive would be whoever the person trades with, those 2 people at the end, they'll both receive a custom drawn piece. That way, you know, there's incentive of them actually trading. Whoever those people might be. So, one of the things I'm thinking about extending, just because, like I said, you kind of get these items that are almost throwaway in the long run. So I'm trying to build in a little bit more incentive to keep them. Because how many times have you been to the comic book shop and they're like, oh hey, here's a bunch of free whatever it is, and it just ends up at the bottom of your bag and you end up just chucking it out anyway. And I kind of feel that's how a lot of the items for campaigns are. So I think making it part of a contest, it'll give it a little bit more added value to actually hold on to it, keep it. And then doing the trading card aspect actually makes you interact with the fan base. At least that's the idea and concept. So I got the spine of the book right here. I'm trying my best not to have anybody on the spine. I can actually move the giant into that position. Now the giant back here, he is second in command of the pirate ship. That comes into play way, way down the story arc. it works out better if he's there. Eats up that space a little bit better. And then I can bump Cat Master up a little bit more. So we got Sisek, second command, Maya, Kudara, Captain, Trigger, Wesa, okay. And then this can all be rock formations and stuff. Your COPD is killing me today. COPD, I don't know what that is. Oh, geez. Well, as long as he didn't actually pass out and smash your face, that's a good thing. Time is 11. Okay. Comics fill in. Hey, we're chicken. Thank you, thank you. How you doing? Doing fine. Nice day with the kids. Just got home. Oh, right on, right on. It's always a good time. Yeah, my kid got home from school, passed out for a couple hours. Just like in real life, gotta make the left side hang a little lower. Hang a little to the left. Now, the character with the chicken, one of the reasons why I chose to put like the weird little nutsack thing underneath this chin, that was part of the original drawing, but as things develop, I realized I can use it as like a really good emotion signifier. You know how to cheat or add emotion to the character, because he's a chicken, you know? Same thing with the snake, like how do you make a snake emote? It's tricky. So I gave both of them kind of like little extra appendages or things that can add to their, you know, the emotional content that they're trying to convey. And then with, you know, with the nutsack chain, I can make it like long, droopy, or like tucked up really tight. Just funny stuff like that. I had a chance to catch The Hollow. My daughter was actually watching it. Oh, nice. Yeah, season 1's it's fun because it's like all over the place, which I think is right in tune with the demographic that they were trying to hammer home to. Yeah, and unfortunately I cannot mention anything at all about Season 2 other than it's coming out in 2020, because that's all they have announced, so that's all I can say. And the character that I'm drawing right now is the pirate captain, who is a stuffed he's literally a stuffed animal, but he is a cursed stuffed animal. So he's first in command, and this guy is second in command, who's the giant. Pretty sure there's 3 stitches on his mouth. And of course, just like everything, there's a ton of lore involved with these characters. Actually, I gotta pull. I'll pull them up later. I just gotta get this more finalized sketch down for right now. Yeah, and the thing with the captain, there's a reason why he's the captain. Everybody actually fears him. That classic, you know, take no crap from anybody. Which is funny because he's just a stuffed animal. Wonder if I could position him just a little bit higher. I don't think I'll be able to get his peg leg in. His arms kind of like come out like this. It's a little awkward. Where his legs go, because also his body is kind of like this bowling ball. His leg comes out and his peg leg comes out like that, so Legit like the diversity of the character types. The story I have in mind has a cast. Each have unique diagnosis. That might have something to do with their special abilities. After seeing your work, I'm positive I want to go the manga route. Yeah, man, like, there's... Like, it allows for the fun and the ridiculousness of characters to come through, but also you can play it straight at the same time, which I don't think you kind of can get away with a lot of Western comics. Western comics always seem to have this sense of, like, you know, like, serious comics. And I'm like, nah, I want to make something that can equally be serious comics and goofy as hell. If that makes sense. Like, one thing I love about manga and anime is, like, when you try to explain it to somebody, it always sounds 1,000 times more awful than it actually is. And that's one of the things that I enjoy about it, because, like, there's no way you can explain it and make it sound as good as it can be, you know? Because it always sounds absolute, like just complete horse shit when you talk about it like that. At least that's what I find. But again, I love that. You know, you're trying to get somebody on board with something, and it's just like, this sounds insane. But that's the part that I like about it. Like, I was reading, was it the creator of Naruto? He's got a new manga out called Samurai 8, and it's bonkers, like, right off the bat, like, just completely ridiculous. And I'm like, I'm in. Yeah, there's a certain level of fun and flexibility when it comes with, I think, when you kind of just really just sidestep and be like, no, it's, you know, it's manga influenced or anime influenced, then a lot of people are just kind of like, oh, okay, you know, let's just let it be what it is, as opposed to, you know, if you're trying to make a comic book, there's that, you know, the expectation of what it's supposed to be. And I think the expectation of what manga and anime are allows you to have a little bit more flexibility. Plus, if I were to draw and render in the style that I want to draw Western comics, it would take me absolutely forever. Like, I am not a fast artist by any means. So anything where I can kind of speed up my drawing process by keeping it like a clean, open line, that helps me out a bunch in the long run. Because if I'm going to be putting this thing out as a series, because that's the plan, you know, I can't have it taking me, you know, 2 days to render the hair on something just because I want it to look as full, you know? It's like, I don't care about that. Like, it sounds great in my head, but describing can sound a bit intense. I did see the first chapter of Samurai 8, caught me a bit off guard, but I like it. See, and that's the other thing I like about manga is, like, they throw it all. Like, they they do not care. It's like that first, you know, 70 pages, it almost doesn't matter, because they're just kind of, like, trying to pull you into the world a little bit, you know? Like, you're not going to find out anything, and I think that has to do with the pacing of manga as well, because, like, I always find that Western comics, you're almost observing it like a movie at all times, as where manga, you're pushed in a little bit closer, like you're almost right there with them as where, I don't know if I'm making any sense, but like I've always found Western comics like you're watching a TV show, and when reading manga, I feel it kind of just pulls you in just a little bit tighter. Whether that has to do with the way the storytelling is. At least that's my kind of like interpretation of it. I feel that there's a huge crowd for both comics and manga, but yeah, to be honest, I like the style of the fantastic use of characters in animes like Yu Yu Hakusho. Yeah, exactly. And also, as far as a bigger audience to see your stuff, there's more of a possibility of, you know, getting more eyes on it if it's, you know, kind of manga influenced. Like, you don't have to market to Japan necessarily. There are lots of other places that are still like absolutely manga heavy. Like, I think Brazil has a big manga influence. Latin America has a big manga influence. The Philippines have a big manga influence. So if you make it something that's in the vein of that, your potential for marketing beyond the North American market, which is a drastically shrinking pool, it just gives you more flexibility down the road. Hey, we're checking Kevin. Alright, comics villain. Take it easy, get some rest. How you doing, Kevin? Long time no see. Hope you're doing well. You are multitasking? Well, multi-streaming. Seeing how that's going. See how bad it all is. Push my poor computer to its limits. But yeah, I haven't streamed in a long time, so wanted to kind of maybe get the vibe with this whole multi-streaming thing, just to kind of see how it works out. If my poor computer can handle it, which it seems to, but just barely. Like, just barely. Are you working on any new projects? Well, I got the crowdfunding going on right now for the comic books, so that's all that I'm kind of focusing on right now. And that's what I'm drawing up right now is the secret perk, which is going to be a full color wrap cover for the book. And those are only available to people who have signed up to the mailing list. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much it. Just focus on hammering out the pages. I kind of have to see where everything ends up at the end of the campaign, because I have it slated for 48 pages, with a couple stretch goals pushing it out to 64 as far as the furthest stretch goal is concerned. But the good thing is that it met its funding goal, which means that it'll go into what's known as In Demand, which is a store on Indiegogo, which will allow me to keep it open until I'm ready to send it off to print, which is good. Are you back working on storyboards? No. I got till the end of this month, where I can work on this and push the campaign, and then next month it's back to job hunt. But I don't think I'm going back to storyboards. It's I think I've had my fill of it. And what about you? Are you working on cards right now? Personal project stuff? And I've been doing a couple of commissions for a con this weekend and a set of TMT cards for tops. Oh, it's awesome, man. That is very cool. few sets we'll be working on in the next few weeks and months. I've been looking more horror-related cons and working with. Oh, that's awesome. Told's more passionate about drawing horror stuff. Yeah, dude, that's the key. It's not just about drawing whatever. You know, we get lucky every now and then, but if you get the opportunity to draw the things that you actually enjoy drawing, it makes a huge difference. That's kind of the thing with me with the storyboard stuff too. Even though the last project that I was working on is something that I was stoked on, in all reality, I'm just like, yeah, I think I'm done with this animation world. I would way rather focus on, you know, just a regular job and doing this on the side until this becomes the main thing. Whether it does or not, you know, who knows? I could just be blowing smoke into the wind, but that's part of it all. You gotta find out. Hey, young warrior. Thank you for the raid. What is up? Oh yeah, I remember you sit back. How's everybody doing? It's going well, it's going well. Just working on the secret perk for my Indiegogo campaign that's on right now. Son of a... Oh, I missed the follow. Hey, Xerox Soul. Blah. Thank you for the follow. How have I been doing? Are you normally on this late? I haven't seen you forever. Yeah, I have not been streaming at all. Past couple months, I was working on a new storyboard gig. I was working on season 2 of The Hollow, and that wrapped up. And then I spent the better part of the month after that getting ready for my Indiegogo campaign, which is now launched in live, which you can go check out here. Son of a... Hey, young warrior, thank you for the follow. And Stink of the Land, thank you for the follow. And yeah, if you want to go there and check out the campaign, go watch the kick-ass trailer with the volume on. Hey, Meep. Oh, yeah, yeah. No, love Golden Boy. looks cool. Oh, thank you, Young. Yeah, I've been working on the project for a long time and finally decided to kind of pull the actual trigger on it. Launched the INDIEGOGO a couple days ago. Hi, Mitch, thank you for the follow. And yeah, we got it funded in 4 days, and now we're kind of in the last, just heading into the hump of the campaign. And almost ready to unlock the first stretch goal, which is a trading card, which will be part of a contest later on down the road for all the backers of the project. I'm happy you've been so busy. How was Storyboard Gig? Always that looked fun. I'm actually completely done with storyboards. It's a good time if you draw quick. I unfortunately am not a fast artist, so it is pure agony and hell for me. Everything I do is just murder. You know, like, so I think I'm completely done with the storyboard gig. And here's the funny thing. So everyone that I told on the project is like, yeah, this is going to be my last set of boards. I'm done. And I was like, what, really? I was like, yeah. What are you going to do? And I was like, I don't know, and I kind of don't care. As long as, you know, it pays the bills, I'll do that. But the main goal is I want to work on my comic book. And everyone I talked to kind of just leaned in. It was just like, run and never come back. Not that it wasn't like completely void of fun. It's like we had a crazy tight turnaround for the project. But funny enough, I ended up bumping into a bunch of other people that I've known from the first time that I was on the Hollow Season 1, bumped into them, and a bunch of them have, you know, ducked out of the animation industry. I was like, oh, what are you doing now? And I was like, where are you working at? He's like, and one of the guys was like, oh, dude, I quit. Like, last time that I talked to you that was my last gig. And I was like, oh, really? And he's like, yeah, I've just the amount of energy you put into it versus like kind of what you get out of it. And like immediately I can tell like we were on the same vibe as like, and at the same time we both go like, it's not worth it. And he's like, yeah, you know what's up. And but then again, you know, it's all perspective. Like if you want to be in animation, that's where you want to be, you know. And ultimately I don't, like, after doing it for 2 years, I was like, yeah, this is not where I want to be. And that's fine. But if you have the heart to go into it, it's awesome. You'll learn so much so fast because you have no choice. Special breed of people? Exactly. Yeah. And everybody that I worked with was completely awesome. You know, absolutely nothing bad to say about anybody, because everyone there is putting in, you know, putting in the time, putting in the hours. They want to be there. They enjoy their work. So kudos to everybody that sticks with it, because yeah, it's a tough gig, and if you enjoy it a lot, it's very rewarding. But yeah, dude, that's true. Fine, you do what you want and be happy. Exactly. Gotta go buy, sit back, buy. Hey, Meep, thanks for stopping by, and thank you for the follow. I don't remember if she is still doing it, but no, yeah. She's still doing boards, and I'm pretty sure she's really, really digging it, which is awesome. Yeah, I almost worked on a project with her. They apparently needed somebody for a month. Um, they're like, hey, we need storyboard artists kind of help us out through this crunch time. And so a friend of a friend got a hold of me. Was like, hey, can you come in? And I was like, all right. So I'm talking with the whoever the HR person is, and they're like, oh, it sounds good. And it's like, yeah, I don't live too far away. I can be in studio. I can be at home, whatever you need. I'm like, all right, cool. Could you come in Monday? He's like, yep. And then I got emails that's like, have you ever worked with Storyboard Pro before? And I was just like, no, but if it's like any other drawing program, it won't take long to figure it out. And then nothing. Not an email, not a phone call, and one of the most like unprofessional things I've ever dealt with. They just ghosted, and I was like, all right, what the hell's going on? Am I coming in Monday for an interview? Like, you said see you Monday, and then there was no confirmation of being like this time, this date. So I go in on Monday, and they're like, oh, since we didn't get a hold of you, they were just very vague about it, and I was just kind of like, okay, I get it, but it's just like, it would have been nice to have been told like, hey, the position's been filled, or whatever kind of BS they needed to tell, rather than me going down there and being like, hey, I was told to come in, what's up? Yeah, they completely ghosted. Which apparently is something, they do quite often. So I don't take it personally, because I was just like, oh, this is just one of those times where they just ghosted on you. Got it. I hate that crap. Yeah, it's not exactly the most, fun thing. And I'm kind of at the point now too where I'd rather be focusing my energy onto my projects than giving up what remaining life force I have to somebody else's hopes and desires, if that makes sense. I kind of hit the same point when I was tattooing, because I realized I personally had nothing as far as art's concerned, because everything that I'm drawing is output for other people's projects, So when I was tattooing, everybody would be like, oh, I want this, I want this, I want this. And all you're doing is output for other people. And when it comes down to actually having something for yourself, I was just like, man, I don't have anything of my own. Whatever that may be. And I kind of saw the same thing happening like down the road, like, oh, if I stick with storyboards, I'm just going to be working on other people's stuff all the time. So, might as well chop the head off that snake. And do my own stuff. Figure it out as I go, Which I got no problem doing. That's annoying. I hate when employers are all vague and junk. No, it's not even that they were vague, they just straight up ghosted. This is like my job, my money. But do your own thing. Yeah, definitely. That's it exactly. Well, especially the way the current things are with comic books and stuff right now. It's a creator's market again. It's taken almost 25 years to come back full around to being in a legit creator's market. especially now with things like crowdfunding, like Indiegogo and Kickstarter and all that stuff, it facilitates the creator so much more now than, you know, than it did before.
Thank you. Yay!
Oh, thank you, there, sit back. Thank you for the host. Ghosted, is that a Canadian slang? Yeah, totally good dog. Ghosted is like, you know, you're gonna, you say you're gonna do something and then nothing. I thought it was a pretty universal slang term. Will you be around this time more often? Yeah, I'm gonna, since I'm coming into the last 2 weeks of the campaign, I'm definitely going to be streaming more. The first 2 weeks of the campaign is just a lot of, like, you know, emailing people and all that kind of stuff, and then next thing you know, like, the day is gone. You know, being on Twitter and posting on Instagram, DMing people, all that kind of stuff, you know, ate up a bunch of my time. And now that the first push is out there, I hit my stretch goal, or I hit my goal, now I can actually kind of focus on streaming and slowly bring people in this way and let people know about it, and that way, you know, post stuff online and people can start sharing it that way. Because one of the things that I don't have is a big social media presence, which is definitely hurting me in week 2. I can definitely feel it, because everything was going like gangbusters, and then it just now to like a monumental crawl. But that's just the way it goes. Yeah, I gotta get that network going. Yeah, it sucks because like for the 2 months I was on doing storyboards, that's all you're doing, you know, like, because we had such a tight turnaround, I was working like late night shifts, like tons of overtime just to meet the deadlines and stuff like that. And, you know, even my storyboard supervisor, he was just like, don't work overtime, don't do this, don't do that. And I was like, I know you say it, I know you mean it, I know you, in your heart, you don't want us to, but there's the reality, and if I don't do this stupid overtime, that's it, it's not gonna happen. And the last thing I want for my last set of boards is for me to quote-unquote shit the bed. So I'm gonna be working overtime, I'm gonna be working from my house, and you probably won't see me for days on end. And he's like, alright. Should do, gotta get shit done or it'll come back on you. Exactly. Like even though you know, I don't plan on going back doing storyboards, I might go back and end up doing design or something like that, you know. So I don't want to burn bridges, you know. So plus it's, like you said, it's all about networking. Exactly how many Canadian Ryan Cardinals are trying to clone you? A lot. Cardinal is like the Smith and Joneses of the native world. I'm not gonna draw anymore. I wouldn't have a reason to be. Yeah, exactly. Don't hurt your chances to get back. Exactly. Well, it's not so much my chances of getting back in. It's like I said, it's a creator's market right now, and I would rather have the options of me going back in with cards that I'm carrying, as opposed to me going back in and being like, can I get a job? You know. Lots of Jonzo Cardinals. Yeah, like I'm not kidding, man. Cardinal is like if you're ever up in Canada and you bump into somebody that's native, chances are, I'd say a good solid 30% chance their last name's Cardinal. Yeah, it's funny whenever I talk to people from like overseas when I was tattooing, they're like, "Ooh, Cardinal, it's so exotic." I'm like, dude, no, it's not. It's one English girl that I was seeing. She's like, "Oh, I like it." I was like, "You shouldn't. It's French." Hey, Zero Soul, thank you for hanging out, and thank you for the follow. That's awesome. Yeah, I need a bit of bed now too. Happy sign, bud. Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna be back online more, so especially for these last 2 weeks, kind of just pushing the book out more before I go back and get into regular work, as it were. And yeah, tonight was just kind of like an experimental stream, kind of just trying to get back to square one. Trying to get that stream vibe back up. Brock's Ridge, Canada? What? Howard Johnson is right about Betty Johnson might be right and Joe Johnson might be right. Alright. I'm gonna save this and I'm gonna pull out my lovely 3D model. Blazing Saddles? Ah, okay, yeah. Blazing Saddles is so good. It's been a while since I've seen it, but man, it's almost funnier watching it now, because in my head I always think about how people would react watching it, like how appalled they would be. Could almost savor their disdain. Sure. Yeah, I know, so good. But at the exact same time, you know, like it is what it is. There's no way they'd ever be able to make that today. Alright, let's shrink this guy down. Let's get my scale. Ooh. What the hell? Where'd it go? Alright, damn it. Hate it when this happens. I lose my model. Let's try this one more time. Import 3D data. No, you couldn't make that movie today. Mel Brooks said to himself, yeah, I totally did. Did I not? Oh, weird. Alright, I'm just gonna have to move it. Alright, there we go, that's better. Oh. Why is my pivot not working? Oh, that's why. I'm stupid. Oh, right, this is the model that's not geared up properly. Forgot about that. Jeez. Oh man, so many wrong lines in that movie. Yeah, definitely no way they'd pull that off today. Something like so. I just gotta adjust the lighting on that a little bit. I don't need a shadow, but I need that light to roll around. There we go. Oh, let's see. Oh, I think I missed your. Let's see. How's the kid been doing? My daughter's graduating tomorrow. Oh no way, that's awesome. That was like half hour ago. Sorry about that, Kevin. So both of my kids will be done high school. Crazy. Just a day job. Yeah, that's what I'll be looking for. Is just something on the reg. Nothing crazy. Just a heads up, Scott. Just chill out on the RAPE, just because of the algorithm will catch it and stuff. Yeah, I don't even think it's showing up on. Yeah. Yeah, because it's not even showing up in the chat. So yeah. I'm gonna get rid of Cat Master here. He's looking like some kind of demented bear. Something like a soul. I get carried away because I love that movie. Oh no, I know, man. I don't want to get you doxxed. Oh no, dude. I'm easy to find, so that's not an issue. Multiply. Okay. markers in, and then I can go in and draw him up properly, because that's not how he looks. Alright, time is it? Okay, it's 12:30. Oh, I think I'm gonna call it for a night. I'm gonna save this up. This is good for like a good test run. I just want to thank everybody for coming and hanging out. Everybody on YouTube, everybody on Twitch, everybody on Facebook. And if you can, go check out my campaign, which is now on INDIEGOGO. It's called KAYAS, A Story of Blood and Stone. I'll just put a link into all the chat here, where you can go and check that out. Yeah, I gotta call it, I heard they were talking another Spaceballs. Yeah, I heard that as well. My company is leaving. Yeah, I got a couple things I gotta kind of fine-tune with the streams, like the links and stuff like that. I gotta figure that out a little bit better. But yeah, Manny, thanks for coming out. Scott, thanks for coming out. Thanks to Sitback for bringing over the raid. Thanks for everybody that followed on Twitch. And yeah, the other thing too is anybody who wants to, you can go to the website, www.kayascomic.com, and if you sign up for the mailing list, you'll get an 8-page sample of the comic book, as well as access to the secret perk, which is what I'm working on here right now, and it'll be the only color version of the comic book available, and that will be the full wrap cover. Yeah, that's going to wrap it up for me. So in the meantime and in between time, that is it. And I'll catch you all in the future. Peace.